Hello again, Tekno here on day 5 of this grand advent calendar project with yet another toy to open. This time something a little more substantial than a Fortress Maximus gun. Yes, that's right, it's a real deluxe of a toy. A super deluxe of a toy. Transformers Legends Trigger Happy with blowpipe. Now let's get this guy open. I've got the Hasbro version already, but the Takara version has the Target Master. And that is definitely something that I was interested in. Opening is pretty straightforward, and as we can see in the box, we have a Headmaster, we have a Target Master, and we have a jet itself. There aren't exactly any of the Titans Return guns included with this guy. And of course, we also have the Sakamoto comic / instructions. And here we have Trigger Happy's jet mode. It's blue and white, as opposed to the off-white that's on the Hasbro toy. And the big difference really is that he's got the added port that was added to the sculpt here, which is used in order to plug in his Target Master. Taking a closer look at the accessories in this set, we have Blowpipe, who has quite a bit of paint, and, well, he looks really good. And, of course, we've got the Trigger Happy head itself, which, compared to the Hasbro head, has a number of differences, like the paint around the eyes. And flipping him around to robot mode, we can see that he definitely has way more paint than the Hasbro version, with a painted visor, shoulders, and face. Pretty impressive, really. Putting Blowpipe into his gun mode is really pretty straightforward, and the gun itself looks alright. In order to just put him on the jet there, we just plug it in via the aforementioned port, and, well, it looks alright. It's a giant gun on top of a jet, which is exactly what I was wanting. Now, the Trigger Happy transformation is a very straightforward one, given I've messed with this toy a bajillion times. So, I'm going to be able to do this ridiculously quick. It is still like probably the second best Titans Return mold, with the best one being the Topspin mold. And transforming this guy very quickly, I should be able to get him into a state where all I have to do is just plug in a head, and then I can start doing some comparison shots. Now, taking a look at Trigger Happy in robot mode, the first big difference that can really be noticed comparing him to the Hasbro toy is that, well, the sides of his torso do not seem to go in quite as flush. If you'll notice, the Takara one has those white sides there from the Bidsword dock-in, and the Hasbro one does not. I'm not quite sure what caused that. Maybe it's the chest retooling, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Also obvious is, well, the white is very different between the two. And yeah, it is very noticeable. The blue is a very similar tone, though. And a lot of the paint apps are very similar as well. Really, the big difference is probably on the heads, whereby on the Hasbro one you have blue around the eyes, and on Takara's you have gold around the eyes. Now, to sum up these two guys in terms of which one you should get, I would say you should at least get one of this mold, at the very least, and from there it kind of becomes a trade-off. Do you want the seat guns that's on this guy? Or do you want to get an actual Target Master and a bit of a more white deco? Really, they're both very good toys, and I don't think you're losing out with either one of them. The main difference is this one comes with a tiny little guy who is pretty cool on his own. So, with that said, that's this box set. Down the road, there will probably be a couple of more, especially given that, well, one of his teammates is already released and in my pile. So, with that said, this is Tekno, signing off. Until day 6.